Hi, my name is Crystal, and I am the author of Beauty Beneath the Banyan. I thought that amid the COVID crisis that I would do some author readings. But if you are looking for a beach read, this is not your book. My book deals with the aftermath of the Vietnam War in the present date. So it is a challenging subject matter. So if you're into something that you can really sink your teeth into that's a little heavy, then stay and I'd like to read for you. I'm going to start off. The narrator is a monk, and when I was traveling through Southeast Asia, I was absolutely captivated by monks. I don't know what it was about them, just the way they walked, the serenity in their footsteps. I couldn't take my eyes off them. So when it came time to create characters, I knew that one of my characters had to be a monk. And while I was in Angkor Wat, one of the temples in the area is called the Bayan Temple, and it was incredible. It's just the most beautiful, it's thousands of years old. And when we were visiting, I heard this sound coming from inside one of the cavities in the temple, and just stopped me in my tracks. I stopped and I listened, and it was these monks sitting inside chanting. And hence, this is where my novel starts off, with a monk at the Bayan Temple, and he is chanting. One day, people will be so hungry that they will run after a dog to fight for a grain of rice that has stuck to its tail, and a demon king will rule. This is a 19th century Cambodian prophecy. I have to stop, place my hand on the ancient stone wall, and listen to the soothing rhythm gently soaring from the inner core of the Bayan Temple as it spills out into the humidity of the day. Deep within, seated cross-legged on a sandy floor, 4 monks sit in a loose circle. Their slender bodies are draped in orange robes. Shaved heads are bowed, hands are in prayer position. Lips are gracefully moving, expelling the sacred words of Buddha into a darkened, incense-filled cavern. I know, because I am the 5th monk, and I should also be sitting there chanting. But I find myself enthralled by the pleasure of listening, a pleasure that can only be truly appreciated when my lips are not participating and my ears are allowed to indulge in the serene beauty of the moment. I gently shut my eyes, allow the chant to infiltrate every pore until it resonates joyfully with my soul. I am at peace. My lips smile. I remove my flip-flops. The sand, already warmed from the morning sun, sears the bottom of my feet. I proceed through the doorway and down the stairs to join the other monks in prayer. I have been here many times, during this life and before. As I breathe, I forget about the heat, the perspiration pooling behind my knees and in the small of my back. I am enraptured by the splendor and the rich history of this sacred place. From where I sit, I see none of the magnificence around me. I cannot see that I am encased in a large stone flower complex consisting of a central tower that emerges 43 meters above the inner courtyard. There are numerous other large and small towers. Each tower bears 4 huge faces that look north, south, east, and west. Nor can I see down the road to where Angkor Wat's tiara-shaped towers spring with ease from the dense greenery of the Cambodian jungle. I cannot see, but I feel its brilliance in my heart, in each breath. How many times have I sat inside the Bayan, or shaded by a banyan tree looking at one of the holy temples? In awe of its glory, I cannot count. I sit in the presence of greatness, where many have sat before me, and where many will sit after me. The chanting subsides, and I feel sad it is over. I listen to the quiet shuffle of my brothers as they untangle their legs, brush sand from their robes, and exit the Bayan's dim interior into the forceful late morning sun. I am in no hurry to leave the sanctuary of the temple. So I inhale, Exhale, inhale, and exhale. I concentrate on my breathing, shutting out the world around me as I follow the path of each breath. I take air deep into my nostrils, pushing it to the back of my nasal cavity, filling my lungs, before gently forcing it out my nose. I live in the moment for each breath. I do not know beyond this inhalation and exhalation, nor do I care. If I were to let my mind wander, it could travel anywhere to anything. I might reflect upon the white rice I nourished my body with at breakfast, or acknowledge that my tongue, craving the wetness of water, is starting to sink to the floor of my mouth. I inhale and exhale repeatedly, thinking of nothing but the air particles entering and exiting my lungs. I do not know how long I sit there before a loud, unsettling commotion permeates my consciousness. Curiosity drives me to abandon the confines of the Banyan. Upon exiting the safety of the temple's walls, my nostrils are immediately assaulted by the smell of fear. Instinctively, I put my hand to my nose in a gesture to block out the stench. But it is impossible, for fear has already leaked into me before the catalyst of it registers with my eyes and other senses. Standing high on one of the terraces, I have an unobstructed view of the madness. I see the cause of the smell. There are hundreds of them. Blackened-skinned soldiers descend upon the temples and surrounding area. Some carry guns. Others carry crude weapons that resemble farming implements. Ragged black uniforms cover their emaciated bodies. They wear red and white checkered scarves wrapped haphazardly around their necks, waists, or heads. They are the young, determined faces of the Khmer Rouge. Corrupted of their innocence, they focus on the task of hand, herding the monks into a large sea of orange. The shouting has ceased, replaced by a blanket of silent panic that threatens to consume and spit out the monks before any weapon can inflict harm. In stunned silence, I watch until I too am roughly escorted from the Banyan to join the procession of orange. I look back one last time at the peaceful faces of the four-headed crown towers and silently pray to Lord Buddha. The collective wave of bright orange grows large as we are ushered through the sacred grounds, gathering more and more monks. Normally, I would admire the swish of the robes as they glide across the parched terrain and stone temple floors. But today there is no velvety, flowing movement. The robes appear to choke under each uncertain step, paralyzed by fright. When the Khmer determine all of the monks in the vicinity are accounted for, a long row of orange files into the depths of the jungle. We stop in a small clearing and wait. The thunder of gunshots smothers the gentle hum of the jungle. Bodies fall like rain. I feel them landing on me like heavy raindrops. I press my face into the dirt, counting slowly, biding my time until I can free myself from the tangle of dead bodies piled on top of me. I feel the warm wetness of blood spilling over my body in an endless stream of red. I mistake it for my blood, but the only pain I feel is coming from my heart. I hear loud voices rummaging through the bodies. The Khmer are looking for survivors. The weight of the bodies pressing against me lessens. The warmth of my urine and excrement run down my legs. I vomit before my skull is smashed in with a shovel. My brains splatter across the crumpled mountain of bloodied orange robes around me. I am dead. I am thankful I am dead, for I have been spared. I am one of the many murdered. I pray to Buddha that I will not be reincarnated during this reign of terror. My prayers are answered, and my spirit does not return to earth at this time. Rather, the years unfold before me, and I witnessed the unspeakable. The inhabitants of my beloved Cambodia are swallowed by evil. The gentle souls of my people are bruised. Not bruised, they are obliterated, and mine in death cannot bear their pain. I will read to you tomorrow, and we'll just find out a little more about what happens during the Khmer Rouge's reign of terror. Thanks for listening.